this. Going to Microsoft Flight Simulator 10. You can see how much I crash or fly. I'll do mainly missions, so they're not, so you're not sitting there watching me fly for 4 hours and do nothing. I can fly for hours and hours on autopilot. Thus, might not be very fun to watch. Let's see here, see how everything behaves. Sometimes this stuff, the program misbehaves, it acts up, it doesn't act right. All right. I believe this is the one. Well, I have to turn around and go back to Rotterdam after we take off. Okay. I always have to be ready to take over. For this one, I used a combination autopilot and hand flying.
Okay, I'll handle all radio communication on this flight. You'll handle the flying. All set? I'll call for our clearance. Good morning, Chief Full clearance delivery, World Travel 293, IFR to Heathrow.
World Travel 293, clear to London Heathrow Airport as well. Climb and maintain 6,000. Expected flight level 260, 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.05, squawk 0034.
Clear to Heathrow is filed. Climb and maintain 6,000. Expect flight level 260. 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.05. Squawk 0034.
World Travel 293, read back correct. Expect runway 24 and contact ground on 121.7 when ready to taxi.
I did not say keep. See this thing.
We'll expect 24 and contact ground. Thanks. All right, we're cleared as file with an initial altitude of 6,000 feet. We're ready to go, so I'll get our taxi clearance.
Piece of shit game.
Ski full ground, World Travel 293 with Papa, ready to taxi, IFR.
World Travel 293, taxi to runway 24 via taxiways Alpha 9, Bravo, Echo 1, altimeter 2921.
24 via Alpha 9, Bravo, Echo 1, World Travel 293. Okay, we've been cleared to taxi to runway 24 using taxiways Alpha 9, Bravo, and Echo 1. Initiate pushback and I'll make a call to the cabin. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your first officer speaking. We're beginning our taxi and expect to be first in line for takeoff. Flight attendants, prepare the cabin for departure.
I just initiated a pushback using Shift P, so you can do that. Sometimes they actually let you see the little truck that pulls in front of you there and push you backwards. Just not this time. I guess it's the same damn reason the throttles go to full.
Checklist. Flaps, set to 5. Lower the flaps to 5. Trim, set for takeoff. Taxi checklist completed.
Turn, damn you. That's just behaving like a real pig. No, damn it, I did not give you any more damn throttle. Piece of crap. Yeah, I need to. And we'll pull up to these green arrows here, and then there'll be another plane to wait for right there. Yeah, he says stop. It's a radio work, I like to do it. Come on.
Alright, here and I'll get our takeoff clearance. Ski Full Tower, world travel 293, holding short runway 24, ready to go.
World travel 293, wind 23015, runway 24, cleared for takeoff. Fly runway heading.
And clear for takeoff, 293. Okay, before takeoff checklist. Engine start switches, set to continuous.
Let me let go of this trigger so I can do this. I guess he did that part. Okay. That's where the messages would come in if I didn't have him in that guy in the seat. That's the map, which we don't need right now. GPS. Radio, I don't mess with. Okay.
Flaps, set to 5. And before takeoff, complete. Alright, turn on the landing lights and strobes and let's go. After takeoff, fly runway heading and climb to 6,000 feet.
Little fool. Pull that on an active freaking runway. Aren't you a little late? Well, load the food or don't. Oh wow, he's not there. Shit. This is just a glitch. Yep. Look out, little piece of junk, whatever you are. We are coming on the road. Thrust. Engine very close to spool. Fairly
Positive rate, gear up.
World Travel 293, contact departure.
World Travel 293, switching. Thanks. Flaps up and accelerate to 250 knots. Ski full departure, World Travel 293 is with you, climbing to 6,000.
World Travel 293, roger.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
We're going too fast. Reduce thrust to slow us down to 330 knots or less.
Oh, don't be such a freak. Just like that. Blue Angel style.
Let's run through the after takeoff checklist. Landing gear, up. Flaps, up. Engine start switches set to off. After takeoff checklist complete.
No, I don't have the autopilot. If it gets too hard to handle, I'll adjust it. Do the ailerons and the rudder to help with the up and down angle. And do that damn stupid alarm again. I hate that.
Flight deck, go ahead.
Just wanted to let you know that one of our passengers isn't feeling well. There's a doctor on board, so he's being treated. I'll keep you posted.
Okay, thanks for letting us know.
Orbit 526, turn left heading 200.
Left to 200, orbit 567.
World Travel 293, contact Amsterdam Center on 123.85.
123.5 for World Travel 293. Amsterdam Center, World Travel 293, climbing to 12,000.
Let
World
you get
Travel
nice
293
and high.
Amsterdam Center, continue on course, altimeter 2921.
Then they divert you.
Okay, we're passing 10,000 feet, so we can turn the landing lights off. We should leave the seatbelt sign on, though, until we get out of these clouds, just in case it gets a little choppy.
Well travel 293, climb and maintain flight level 220. Landmark 11, contact Rotterdam approach now on 127.02.
Climbing to flight level 220, world travel 293.
Landmark 11, we'll see you.
Well, we're cleared up to 22,000 feet now, so let's keep climbing. Flight deck, go ahead.
The doctor says the sick passenger is having a heart attack.
There we
Okay,
go.
well, so I assume we get him to a hospital.
More
Yes, sir. He
passengers.
says he needs to get to hospital immediately.
Okay, thanks. We'll let you know what we decide to do. Well, looks like we should divert to the closest airport with a hospital. Rotterdam is just behind us. In and out there quickly. I'll call dispatch. World Travel Dispatch, World Travel 293.
World Travel 293 dispatch, go ahead.
We're just off Amsterdam for London. One of our passengers is having a heart attack and a doctor on board says he needs immediate medical attention. We're planning on diverting to Rotterdam.
World Travel 293, stand by. World Travel 293, roger. We'll call ahead and have paramedics meet you at the gate.
Okay, thank you. We'll divert to Rotterdam. We'll advise when on the ground. World Travel 293. So let's divert to Rotterdam. Identifier Echo Hotel Romeo Delta. Hopefully we can get in there quickly. I'll notify ATC. Amsterdam Center, World Travel 293 has a passenger with a medical emergency. Request diversion to Rotterdam.
Well travel 293, roger. Descend and maintain 2,000.
Down to 2,000. World Travel 293. Okay, descend to 2,000 feet.
Well travel 293, contact Rotterdam approach now on 127.02.
World Travel 293, switching. Thanks for the help. Rotterdam approach, World Travel 293, descending to 2,000, diversion to Rotterdam for a medical emergency.
World Travel 293, roger. Rotterdam altimeter 29.21. Proceed direct to the Rotterdam Romeo Oscar Tango NDB. Expect factors for the ILS runway 24 approach.
Direct to Rotterdam Romeo Oscar Tango NDB, World Travel 293. Okay, let's turn around and fly to the Rotterdam NDB, identifier ROT, frequency 350.5. From there we'll get vectors for the ILS. I'll notify the flight attendants.
We're in
Forward
just
cabin,
about
go
Blue
ahead.
Angels
10,000
flight
feet,
path
slow
right
to
now.
250 knots. Turn on the landing lights
20
and
down.
fasten seatbelt sign. Heading to Rotterdam, so please prepare the cabin.
Okay, good to hear. I'll tell the doctor and we'll get the cabin ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your first officer speaking. We have a passenger with a medical emergency on board, so we're diverting to Rotterdam. We should be on the ground in just a few minutes. Once the passenger is off board, we'll continue on to London as soon as possible. Thank you for your patience. Flight attendants, prepare for landing. Approach checklist. Altimeter set to 29.21. Speed set. At our current weight, we'll want to fly the approach at 145 knots. Approach brief. The frequency for the runway 24 ILS is 108.3, and the course setting is 239er. Get yourself set up for the approach.
Sync rate.
Approach checklist
Pull
complete.
up. Pull up. Pull up.
A lot of blinky lights for not doing that.
Set flaps 5.
And we'll get within 5 miles or so of the airport. I'll put the gear down. Awfully low ceiling though. Look at that. You can't see the ground hardly. We're only 680 feet up. And the rain is coming in. Look, we're flying through it at 204 knots. Sorry, maybe I'm busy. This is the boring part. We'll look at besides the rain we're flying into.
World Travel 293, fly heading 050 to Rotterdam Romeo Romeo NDB. Reduce speed to 180 knots.
05 NDB and slowing to 180. World Travel 293. Okay, bring us around to 050 degrees, which will take us to the Rotterdam Romeo Romeo NDB, and slow to 180 knots.
Sink rate. Pull up. Sink rate.
Too far. Back up. Not close enough yet. Screw it. Need extra drag to slow me. Count on, I'm looking for a, when you get close enough you can see a stack of green arrows, but sometimes they'll have the damn thing in the middle of the roadway, not at the end of it. It's like,
World Travel 293, turn left heading 270. Maintain 2000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 24 approach. Contact tower on 118.2 at the marker.
Clear for the approach tower at the marker, World Travel 293. Okay, turn left to 270 degrees and intercept the ILS. Maintain 2,000 feet until we're established on the localizer.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
I've
Don't
got
sink.
this thing all the way back.
Don't sink.
I got all this one out. Back over. Faster. That wind's playing the old. My God, did we ever get there? Sheesh. Flying at 224 knots, and now we're 7.1 miles away. 5 more we were 7.7. Unbelievable. Hopefully this is the last freaking leg. And if I set the autopilot for the heading, you know, sometimes this damn thing is just off. You never can tell. We haven't picked up the localizer yet. Shows the runway. We've got our runway. Yes, it is. We're gonna land there. So.
Gear down, set full flaps, slow to 145 knots. Rotterdam Tower, World Travel 293 on the ILS 424.
World
Sync
Travel
rate.
293, wind 251 at 17, runway 24, clear to land.
Clear to land, World Travel
Sync rate.
293.
Pull up.
Shut up.
Flight attendants, please be seated for landing.
Shut up.
Pull
Here we
up.
go, landing checklist.
Get the
Gear down.
hell back over there, damn it.
Flaps set to full. Speed brakes armed. Auto brakes set to 3. Landing checklist complete.
Shut up, dude.
Don't sink.
Now I gotta fucking go
Don't
around
sink.
again.
Don't sink. Don't sink.
See what
Don't
I'm
sink.
saying? Where the damn thing says
Don't
it is,
sink.
it'll point you straight to it. But
Don't sink.
it doesn't line you up. Oh,
Don't sink.
I'm gonna crash. It doesn't line you up on
Don't
the
sink.
damn runway. Look at that. Annoying as hell. There goes little Miss Big Mouth.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Fucking unbelievable. Still messed up. Make it recoverable. We going in no matter what. Screw it. Gotta get this fool to the hospital.
Don't sink.
See where the arrows are? That's not the runway.
Don't sink.
And we landed. Now stop, goddammit! You don't want to hit the emergency brake because that'll just lock the brakes and you'll just slide where you don't want to go. Goddamn throttle, still trying to freaking throttle up and mess me up.
Rotterdam ground, World Travel 293, off 24, taxi to the gate.
World Travel 293, taxi to parking on the east side of the terminal at the base of the control tower. An ambulance is standing by.
Taxi to the east side of the terminal, World Travel 293.
This goddamn throttle goes.
Okay, let's taxi over to the ambulance on the east side of the terminal building. After landing, checklist. Landing lights off.
Do that,
Engine start switches off.
and damn all, he can turn the lights
Flaps
off.
up. Speed brake down.
Lazy bastard.
Auto brake off. After landing, checklist complete.
Oh, come on, don't peter out now. See what I mean? You can't trust that arrow at all. To find the runway, it was pointing us somewhere else totally different. And this is a different arrow, but still. There's the ambulance right there. Lazy bones here says okay, stop. Unless I'm going to hit the building. Stop anyway. See what I'm talking about? Boring, boring, boring. Scary as hell. There. Now I'll hit the colon key to save it. Bitch, don't tell me the brakes won't hold. Some shit. But pilot of the hour again. Alright. There's the thing. No, once is enough for that. Maybe I'll take a fighter jet up. Oh, we'll take a break while I upload some stuff. That sounds like a good idea. I got a bunch of videos I need to upload to YouTube. So thanks for watching. I'm going to take this down now. Later.